Today being
roll up when
Very
you're
good, thank you.
only just started.
Yeah, it just started,
Good.
so
Getting
we'll
ready.
let you know.
John, you all right?
Am I shiny? Do we need Gordana to come in here and do a bit of powder? All right?
You good?
All right?
Good, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sweating up a
Keep an eye
storm.
on it.
All right, keep an eye on it.
We won't let you look bad.
And let's roll up.
Fantastic.
You're happy? And we're away.
Great. So I guess congratulations on the film. It's fantastic. I saw it yesterday. I only got to see it in 2D though, so I am looking forward to seeing it in 3D. Have you seen the film yet?
No, I have not. I'll
No?
see it tonight.
Yeah, you're looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah. It's always exciting to see something you've worked on. It never turns out the way you imagine, and I think this film is going to be extraordinary.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. So I guess if the first film is about all the characters kind of being lumped together and trying to figure themselves out a bit, what's the second film about?
I think the second film is about many things. I think it's about how far are you prepared to go, how far are you prepared to go for your friends. I think this film is also about the fact that, in the first movie, Kirk kind of got handed the captaincy. I mean, he earned it, but it came pretty easy to him. And in this film, he really comes to terms with what that means, to be a captain of a starship, the responsibility of it. And he can't always get by on a cavalier gung-ho attitude.
Yeah, and it's very action-packed. There's a lot of action sequences, but it's also quite emotionally charged. Did you feel that during filming, that it's a bit different in that way?
Yeah, and I think that's completely the right place to go. As you said, in the first film we get to meet all the characters of the Enterprise, and in this film we take it to the next level on in every area, not only on action but also emotionally with the interaction between those characters.
Yeah, and Bones had a bit of a rough start. We got introduced to that in the first film. How is he now, several years on, your character?
Yeah, well, the point where we find Bones in this story, he is running the medical bay, and he is I think feels the responsibility of 350 lives aboard the ship pretty heavily. It's including the captain, and he is a sort of fatherly voice of caution to Kirk.
He's always got a metaphor or some sort of advice to give. What's your favourite piece of advice or your favourite line from Bones that?
Ever? It would probably be what's the one in the first film about you don't something with the racehorse. You don't.
You don't put your prize stallion.
Yeah,
in that
prize
one?
stallion. Yeah, I quite like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's got a lot of corn ones in this one.
Yeah,
There's a lot of farming ones. Yeah. Do you have how will you feel looking back on Star Trek in years to come? What will your feeling be about the films?
Well, that's a really good question. Firstly, I think incredibly proud of the films, and I feel such a strong love and connection for everybody involved who has made these films. We're like a family, and that's the wonderful thing about getting together every couple of years and making another Star Trek film. JJ's assembled a phenomenal group of people, talented, funny, and we work hard, we play hard, and we have a good time.
Yeah, it was those good times. Is there one moment that stands out for you that on set that when you look back on Star Trek Into Darkness, it's just you're going to remember for the rest of your life?
I think quite possibly. I think it was one of the first days, actually the first day of walking back onto the bridge of the Enterprise, and it's 4 years later, and everybody is dressed in the same uniforms. We have exactly the same extras sitting in the same seats. JJ, exactly the same crew. It was surreal. It was literally like going back in time. And it was bizarre for the first couple of shots. We're like, wow, I can't believe we're actually doing this. And then we all just clicked right into where we left off, basically. Yeah,
that must be. Yeah, it must be so good to be able to work with people like that you just can melt with. That it all just works when you come together. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a testament to JJ. He creates an environment where you work hard, but he has fun and you laugh and you're constantly laughing. And I think that that lends itself to the performances and the camaraderie on screen. Yeah. Now, the bad guy in this is played by Benedict Cumberbatch, and in terms of his character, I mean, he's this intergalactic terrorist. He's described the character as a bit of a Hannibal Lecter. What do you think it is about that? Why would he say that?
I'm not sure. You'd have to ask Benedict that. I just know how amazing it was to work with him and to watch him work. He has an extraordinary talent, and to be in a scene with him, and just his voice, he's got an incredible voice. And I think that he's not just a typical twirl moustache bad guy. You actually get to see and understand why he is doing what he's doing, and that makes him even more scarier, because there's a part of you that goes, well, yeah, I can kind of empathise with that. I don't agree with your methods, but I can understand why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. And what sort of preparation do you have to do in the lead up to doing a Star Trek film?
Well, for me, it's just it's a process of reading the material and just constantly going over the material, and many sort of discussions with JJ and the cast, and constantly honing and refining it and getting it to a place where we're comfortable, where we hop on set and then we can forget all of that and just play. And if we use what we've talked about, fantastic. If JJ throws us a curveball, then we have to be prepared to hit it out of the park, and he can. I mean, at a drop of a hat, he can say, "Hey, this would be really funny. Why don't you do this?" And you've got to instantly think of a way, to make that work, and it's exciting, and anything's up for grabs.
Yeah. Did you do a lot of research from the old series or anything like that, or do you just go at it fresh?
No, I just went at it fresh for this one. Before we shot the first Star Trek movie, about 2 years before that, I had shown the original series to my son. So when we got to make Star Trek, I didn't even at that point need to. I already kind of had a feeling of who these characters were and what they meant to each other.
Yeah. And what is it about the story that you love so much? I mean, even originally, before you came on to join the cast?
I think what appeals to me is that you have a group of people who don't always get along, and they have to learn to work together in order to overcome a common adversary and overcome each other's differences. And I like that. That's always endearing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And
thank you.
Look forward to seeing you on the red carpet tonight.
Yeah, we'll see you tonight. Fantastic.
Hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.